How's it going, everybody? It's Jon-Bon Zombie. I wanted to break down some of my own thoughts on what I saw tonight on Shot from the Point with Tommy C. And there was a lot I agreed with. I'm of the same mind that I have really never liked Deaf Noodles since the start. And for all the lies that he's told about people, for all the slanderous things he said about people, you know, I feel one day he's really going to get what he deserves. And I'm pretty sure we all know what that is. Um, so I want to break down what Tommy had to say in the stream over here. So let's get to it.
The legend, Mr. Not mundane, but Matt Pitt. How are you, sir?
From Detroit?
What's up? What's going on?
I have a lot to say. But I guess first we have to go over.
Tommy always has a lot to say.
Why did I blow that stream yesterday? Lots of pancakes. Keep the pancakes coming in the chat.
Yeah, it was a shame Tommy didn't make it, man.
You guys know I had the sleep study this week. Well, this was the sleep in action. Went to bed at normal time. Couldn't sleep. Started moving arcades around.
So let's fast forward it a bit
tired.
here.
I was friends with somebody in the teachers union or some shit. That's what.
Oh yeah, hold on a sec. There's a part here where he talks about him being in Portugal.
Internet event. And at his expense, I saw a picture of, we're making history. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right before this.
2 weeks ago.
All right, here we go.
I'm not even being conservative about this. We knew Red Bar was going there.
Yep.
That and you should have known if he had any brains. What did he try to do? What did Deaf Noodles try to do before any of this stuff happened? He tried to make it like Red Bar threatened his life or some shit.
Yeah. He always seems to do the same kind of thing before these events, trying to gather up some sort of sympathy.
He was literally trying to draw sympathy points before a comedy show.
Yeah,
a comedy show that never happened. It was an influencer show, and it was all 100% and 170% Salvo Pancakes victory.
Oh, 100%. You know what? Honestly, Salvo won the second he got into that room, because before his fans were cleared out of the room, and we're going to touch upon that later, Salvo was owning the whole room. Clearly.
He's literally a psychopath. Yeah, what a shock. We got a call when I was on vacation by somebody claiming to be in high school with him. We never really 100% confirmed it, correct?
Correct, yeah.
They never sent us the picture of the yearbook.
Yeah, there was no need.
Somebody who went to high school with him in San Paulo in a private fucking school.
Yeah, here's another thing I wanted to say. Deaf Noodles wants to talk, I came here with nothing in my pocket, which is a big fucking lie. His father worked for, like, Warner Brothers or something. He's an executive with Warner Brothers, and they moved from there to Brazil, from Brazil to New Jersey. That's where I believe he's from. And he brandishes some sort of fake New York accent, man. This guy's a total fucking phony. Fucking fugazi.
All along, considering his father was a Warner Brothers executive.
Yep.
San Paulo. Yeah, it's not Rio. It's not
at
Rio.
all.
It's where the rich kids go. We're talking gated community after gated community after gated community.
Mm-hmm.
What she told us, which we, in fairness, can't confirm, thank you, Mari, is he was the most picked on fucking high school. And if I had to guess, I'd love to talk to one of the guys that picked on him. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because they're probably scumbags. From what I understand, he got picked on so much in high school, it wasn't funny. It got to that point where it's like, no, man.
You know what? I got to say something about that. So, if he did, and it got to a point in which it wasn't, I guess, funny anymore, then I could at least possibly gather up about that much sympathy for the fucking guy. But that's about it. Because if he acted the same way there as he does here, then I could see why they wanted to kick his fucking ass.
you're crossing the line. But if I had to guess, it's because how much he lies.
Yep, that's right.
If I had to guess, it's because he's so full of shit
Agreed,
and doubles
Tommy,
down
100%.
on it. And that's funny. That's funny when you're trying to be something you're not. This entire thing with this comedy thing, it honestly, a roast has never happened and comedy has never happened. This has only been an internet event.
Sorry, let me fix
and
this.
at his expense. I saw a picture of, we're making history. Yeah, you're right. You are making history. At your expense. This is a joke from the top down, and you're the butt of it.
He's always been the butt of the joke. It seems that every time he tries to land something funny, it has always backfired on him. If you guys haven't noticed by now.
Def Noodles. Yes, that's you. That's you. Because if I had to guess, the same reason those kids picked on you in high school in Sao Paulo is because you were usually lying and exaggerating.
Yep.
And no matter how clear it came that you were the fucking weirdo, you doubled down. And what happens in an environment like that is the kids.
And that reflects very well in the videos that Def Noodles makes, because he's always completely exaggerating to such a negative degree that it's like fucking slander by the time his video was done. A lot of his videos are very, very, very slanderous towards the people whom he's talking about. Case in point, like Keemstar, or like fucking who else? Nick Diorio, which he's made thousands of videos on. He's made thousands of videos on Keemstar, not thousands, but a lot. You know, so yeah, I mean, I agree with Tommy 100% there.
It's just fuck with you, over and over and over again. They just fuck with you. Now, I'm not for high school bullying at that extreme, but as I've learned over the years, the kids that got bullied in high school, while a lot of it really came down to the teacher's refusal to really call out the bullies, put themselves on the line, because maybe the bully was friends with somebody in the teacher's union or some shit.
Which, you know what, there's actually a big problem with that, where I guess I'm from, which is Canada. There, from my experience, a lot of bullying that I had seen happen to other kids, where the teachers wouldn't do fuck all about it, and it would get to a point where kids would end up unaliving themselves. You know, you've all heard it, and it's sad, you know. So yeah.
That's what I usually came experience with.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, the other half would be somebody like sort of a Wings of Redemption. Somebody that's brutal to the point where it's like, you know, this is fucked, but they just keep asking for it. Can we basically say the last 2 years of Def Noodles' English YouTube career, and when I say English, I mean he had a Portuguese YouTube career and got chased the fuck out of it for all the bullshit over there.
Now that is something that I feel like investigating myself. So hopefully, you know what, maybe if I gather up enough information, I'm going to make a video on that, because I'd like to actually know what happened in Portuguese YouTube. Why Def Noodles got chased out. What was he saying? I mean, was it the same sort of situation where he was talking shit about other people and it got to a point where, you know, like it was slanderous? Did he get sued by someone in Portuguese YouTube? You know, so yeah, I mean, it would be an interesting thing to find out for sure.
From Brazil to Portugal. We reported here 24 months ago. 24 months ago. So how is this going to go down any other way than it did? It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's really funny. Watching Def Noodles push Salvo. And here's the thing. We got word that Red Bar had bought all the tickets weeks ago. weeks ago.
So he knew.
I can't believe you didn't. In fact, I refuse to believe.
How could
you
not have known?
And you still believe this is going to be like, ha ha, funny man, go Deaf Noodles. Not without some help. Not without sending the people that can't stand you, the majority of people that bought tickets for this event, out the door.
That's right. And we're gonna get in. We're gonna get into that.
Are you kidding me? There hasn't been a bit of comedy, not one bit. And something tells me, like,
we're gonna get into that. My bad. We're gonna get into that in a minute because I got something to say about that from the clips that I've seen, which I'm gonna share in this video. And it's crazy because at one point the camera pans to the crowd, you see a certain amount, and then all of a sudden when it goes back, it's less. And yeah, you see it here in Tommy's stream. Quite interesting. Quite interesting.
Actual comedians are getting a little pissed off that you invited somebody to a roast battle and attacked them from behind. From behind! What a man! What a...
Deaf Noodles, you're a fucking coward. You're a coward.
Tough guy. Didn't you just threaten to have a street fight with Kavos after he offered you a legitimate, totally doable boxing match?
Okay, now, which brings me to the whole reason I wanted to make this video. I got a theory. Okay? So, Kavos says, come to London, let's have a fucking boxing match. Deaf Noodles is like, no, street fight. Do you want to know why I think Deaf Noodles wanted a street fight instead of an unsanctioned, legal boxing match in a ring with, rules and all kinds of stuff and drug tests? It's because I think that Deaf Noodles is doing the fucking chotch, okay, in the fucking bathroom, doing fucking Hollywoods. And, if he were to pull that shit in, through the Keemstar Corporation boxing thing, they wouldn't go for that. He wouldn't be able to do that. Okay? So instead, he can show up to Kavos' street fight, coked the fuck out. Okay? Tony Montana fucking coke all over his face and fucking not feel the pain of someone whooping his ass. That's what I think. That is my theory, and that's what I'm sticking to. And you know what? I 100% believe that. I believe that is why. 100%.
Where nobody has to go to jail? Oh, you said you wanted a bare knuckle street fight. Is that what you want? From what I'm told, you've never been in one.
Which is why I think if he did some fucking blow, he would do some. He would do one. He would do a street fight. Okay? 100%.
You were the one that was getting picked on that people that would actually, I don't know, show up for a bare knuckle street fight. Like, who are you kidding here? If I were Kavos, the one mistake he would made because he threatened to fucking fly to England, I said, look, you fly to England. I'm not threatening you. No, I'm not at all. This is what I would have done if I was Kavos. If you want to meet me in London, I'll meet you, and I'm going to ask you politely, as a man, if you want to get involved in a boxing match. Whatever you do after that is on you.
The problem is, Tommy, I don't think that I don't even think Deaf Noodles would board a plane, bro. I don't. I think he's too much of a fucking pussy to even buy a ticket to make Calvo even think that he was going. There's no way. There's no way now. Now, maybe if Kavos came down to LA for a street fight where, hey, Deaf Noodles can do all the fucking blow he wants, then yeah, for sure. But nah, I don't think Deaf Noodles would board a plane, bro. But hey, whatever.
And something tells me not one of those options, after flying across the pond, would be laying a hand on Kavos. Call me crazy. The first thing Dennis did when he stepped on the stage is assault Salvo. Allowed one of his comics to do the same. Pathetic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree with that, Tipster. I agree with that.
The peace-loving lefties just attack.
what's really funny is that when he pushed Salvo, he was hiding behind his buddies. Okay, don't know if any of you noticed that, but Def Noodles is that kind of guy that's like, oh yeah. Well, he's pointing over someone's shoulder that's bigger than him at some fucking guy he mouthed off to. I bet it happens in fucking clubs and bars all the time to that fucking guy.
Attacking everybody and blaming everybody for everybody else or justifying the attack.
Yep. He's that fucking guy. He's that guy.
There's already a real comedian that ripped into him. Yeah, there is. I think that's the future, Stripes.
There's a timestamp I want to get to because I want to point something out. So we're going to skip to 14 minutes almost here. And yeah, right about here. So here, is it after the push? Let me see.
Funny enough, most of your content is bitching about personally being a victim or cramming SJW talking points around everybody's throat. That's it. That's all you got. So you did this. You attacked somebody. The guy that said that he wanted a bare-knuckle street fight with Kavos in England and threatened to fly over to do it. How much you want to bet that's never going to happen?
Instead, what Def Noodles does is the most cowardly act in the world, and when Salvo Pancakes isn't looking, he pushes him from behind like a pussy.
Did this. Attack somebody from behind.
I gotta honestly say, when you're not expecting, I've had that happen to me. When you're not expecting either a punch to the back of the head or a kick, like I've been kicked and I didn't know I was about to be kicked, and it's the kind of thing where it startles the shit out of you, and I don't give a shit who you are. It startles the shit out of you until you can gain your composure and stand up and know what the fuck is going on. I'm not sure if Salvo was expecting some sort of physical thing to happen to him that night. Altercation. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know if he was expecting some physical altercation to happen with Def Noodles, but it looked like there that he wasn't expecting that. Not at all. I think that Salvo was there in honestly good fun and just to completely meme on Def Noodles as much as he could. I feel like he should have been able to speak his monologue and hold Dennis accountable for all the shit, because that's exactly what Salvo wanted to do. Instead, they fucking kicked him out like cowards. We're going to get into that in a second right after this part.
Who didn't so much as raise a hand to them.
That's right. Look where Def Noodles is standing. Tommy's going to point it out in a second. I don't like what Tommy says here.
Oh, I don't know. I got black people to defend me. Look at this, standing right behind me. I think this is worse than a hold me back, bro. This is the example of coward.
A hold me back, bro. That's exactly what I was telling you before. He's one of those fucking guys. I'm glad Tommy knows that, too. I'm glad he sees that shit.
Watch your mouth, Tommy, or I'll shove you. Good point. He gets struck in the microphone and immediately backs up. Look at this.
Yep. See, and then he goes to the other side of that guy.
I'm back. Oh, hey. Take those guys on, you tough guy.
Yeah. Def Noodles is one of those guys where, like, there's no one holding him back. It's like, hold me back, you know? Like, fuck off, goof. Fuck, man. What I would... Get me in a fucking street fight, man. Get me in a fucking street fight. Let's fucking go.
He barely slaps the microphone. And he jumps back. The guy who was going to beat Kavos up in a bare-knuckle street fight in London.
I don't think so.
Which will never happen. He'll never fly to London.
Ever.
Look at that. It's an act. It's an act. You got fucked with all through high school and probably afterwards too.
The one thing Deaf Noodles wasn't expecting, okay, happened, which was the overwhelming amount of support for Salvo. Because as soon as Salvo walked into that room, I said it before, I'll say it again, as soon as Salvo walked into that room, he fucking owned it.
The thing I'm most impressed about Salvo is that he didn't swing. Because he didn't have to. He knew he had him.
Deaf Noodles put out a tweet. Forget the exact wording of it. But it said something like someone not being in control. And I replied to him, and you know what? If I could get it up fast enough, I'll read it off my phone, because what I said in reply to that was, you know, the only person that wasn't in control, that had control, was Salvo, because he didn't lay a hand on you. You know what I mean? And yeah, here, I'll read it right here, okay? Jon-Bon Zombie 1619 is my Twitter, if you want to follow me there. I said, replying to Deaf Noodles, Dennis, nobody believes you. Maybe Skid Row Steve does, but not the rest of us. The only one who was hands off was Salvo. He was right in your face and didn't lay a hand on you. You pushed him when he wasn't looking, you fucking coward. And yeah, that's what I said to him, because it's true, man. It's true. The guy's a coward.
I'm not that sensible. I wouldn't care about what these two jerk-offs are. I mean, they're barely fucking. I mean, really. I mean, let's take a minute. Let's take a minute. Like, what do they got going from them physically and stuff like that? What, they're black? Look, I was in the United States Army. I gotta be honest. I think. You know, I met some pretty tough people. I am not the toughest guy in the world by any fucking stretch, but I think Vega can back me up on this. Your skin color has nothing to do.
Nope.
Maybe in the world of Hollywood, it has zero to do with how much of a legit dude you are.
That's right.
Whether you're Puerto Rican, Dominican, black, white, you can either fucking show up or you can't.
Yep, that's right.
I don't know. The rich kid pushing people.
When faced with confrontation, Deaf Noodles got violent. That's what I want to point out too. He got fucking violent. Okay? Salvo had his composure. Deaf Noodles did.
From behind. And then calling the black bodyguards after that. Who, I will say this, they did handle this well. They didn't do anything.
Yeah, I got to hand it to Salvo's bodyguard. He completely kept his composure, because you know what? He could have took on all three of those fucking dudes that fucking Deaf Noodle had, who had his back.
Those jerk off Steve? No, none of them, right?
No Steve.
That's
Steve.
funny. That's funny. That's funny. I'll be knocking out racist YouTubers in the second.
Really? Because I didn't see you knock out fucking anybody, Skid Row Steve.
Steve said. Steve and Marcus Rielford. All right, how many races did he knock out? There might have been one. I mean, we had Red Wars community. We had the commentary community. There must have been at least one racist there. How many of them got knocked out, Matt?
Zero.
I want to point out something funny. So I was watching the roast last night, and it was with Chris the Narc and everyone. When Salvo got pushed, I want you guys to go to Chris's stream. Sub fucking Chris the Narc. Good fucking dude. His reaction when Salvo got pushed was fucking legendary. In fact, you know, we're probably going to play it because I want to see his reaction again. He was like, he almost had to pick his own jaw up off the floor, man. It was fucking hilarious.
I can see you, Steve. I can see you. I smell phony. You and FaZe Banks ought to go bowling. Zero. Not one guy in that hostile environment, not one guy met the specifications for tough guy Steven to knock him out.
That's right. Because Steven wasn't going to do fucking shit. That's why. And that's all I got to say about Steven there. Steven go fuck himself. But moving on. what I wanted to show you guys was the end here, where all the big stuff went down, and I'm going to go specifically to 1 hour and 34 minutes of Tommy's stream because something interesting was said. Something very, very interesting was said. Okay? So I want you to pay attention to how many people are in the crowd here. See that? Okay. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Okay, we're going to start it over here.
In the back than there is now. That's for sure.
Watch this shit.
This is just like for people that have the fucking, what is that app called? The people that have the fucking YouTube dislike app. At least 2,000 people. I want you to think about that. That's just 2,000 people that has.
Oh, yeah.
The return.
Def Noodles' stream had like 2,000 dislikes to 800 likes.
A return YouTube dislike. That's it. That's the only one because you can't count dislikes like you used to in the old days.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So just because you get rid of Salvo doesn't. He's so dumb. I don't know why. Why am I
extension for the likes and dislikes doesn't work well on my computer?
Experience comments like other token black friends who he pays who aren't funny.
No, they weren't. Another thing I want to say too. Although the rest of the other comics that were there, fucking what's her name? Fucking the Megan girl, this fucking Steve guy, the other fucking dude. None of you were funny. None of you. I'm not saying I can do it any better because I'm not a comic. I don't think I could stand up there and make jokes or whatever. I'm not sure if I ever could, but yeah, you guys fucking sucked.
Hold up, I'm doing let's see your security guard. What, you think Salvo should get it? You back your man? You back your man? Censorship. This is censorship.
Salvo isn't fucking like he's not trying to grab it. He's not trying to do anything crazy.
Nope.
Because he knows it's better if he doesn't get the mic.
That's right.
And Def Noodles is just that stupid.
See, look how close. Look how Salvo's looking at fucking Dennis, eh? He wanted to tear him apart. That's just what I feel when I look at this. Okay, when I see this right here, I'm seeing fucking Salvo shoot lasers right through fucking Dennis's mop top fucking smelly mop hair. But yeah, I gotta say Salvo conducted himself for the most part pretty good.
To the end, let's see. Should Salvo?
He's stalling because they're kicking people out.
Or that.
What did you say?
Wait a minute.
And nobody can hear you if you keep yelling, and this is gonna.
Hold on a second. Let's go back. It might not be in the front there.
You gotta pay attention to the back.
Yeah, see, it's right here.
Really
yeah.
It's right here. See, look. It's. Let me see here. So you look at this. Pay attention, like right over here, and you look at this. Look at that. Clearly. They were taking people out. They were kicking out Salvo Pancakes fans. Clearly.
Back in the middle.
Look, there's less. I'm telling you, there's less people in the back than there is now. That's for sure.
And at one point, Salvo calls it out. He calls it out. He's like, "You guys are kicking out my fans."
Could be, but these mostly look like the same.
I don't know how, but I missed that part last night.
And then you go back to this, it's less people.
Fuck, who cares? First of all, Salvo wins with their fucking.
Oh yeah.
They got sick of him. I don't fucking know.
Why not?
Dude, this is 2K down and 200 up. This is a win. Let's say they didn't remove anybody. Let's say the people just got sick of Salvo's act and started booing him at the end. Let's pretend, okay? He still won.
Yeah.
Austin Brunette, Def Noodles had to hire amateur actors from Hollywood Boulevard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
You know, because nobody wants to hold it in. I want to bet Def Noodles is the only guy in his immediate circle that makes enough to pay his bills.
Oh, guaranteed.
Guarantee it. And so they're like, I want to pay my bills through comedy.
All right, so here we go.
Say jokes. Yeah, they made some good points.
It's right around here.
Made some good points. I don't know. Should Salvo
It does feel like he's
So I want to point out one thing too. I guess after they filtered out Salvo's fans, they were asking the chat on Twitch. Def Noodles' stream was asking the chat if Salvo should have the mic. And I'm telling you, I was in that chat, and it was full of ones. They said put 1 for yes, Salvo can have a mic, or 2 for no, Salvo cannot have the mic to talk. And it was full of ones. Okay? I put 50 of them in there myself. All right? Listen to what is being said about that very chat.
He's stalling for time. I will say that.
1, if Salvo should get a mic.
He's just asking
2,
everybody.
if
Listen,
Salvo
he was pure lying.
Watch that chat, Tommy. Look at the chat.
You know what? The
1 if Salvo should get the mic.
You know what? One if Salvo should get 1.
Yeah.
You know another thing too. I feel like people. Why wouldn't Salvo say, "Why are you taking my people out? You're walking them out right now." There's not that many people in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The chat's gonna tell us.
At this point, the chat was already telling him. It was full of ones by this point, but Def Noodles wasn't telling anybody about it.
Pescatory had been put in at number 1.
He wasn't telling the
guys
immediate
full of
crowd
research,
how many ones were in the chat.
Gonna decide.
There were lots of them.
Let's see. 1 for Salvo getting the mic. 2 for Salvo not getting the mic. Let's see. Let's see what the chat says.
Is right there behind him. That blue screen there is the chat on his Twitch page, and it was full of ones.
Let's see. 1. We
He's
got
like,
a
a few ones.
Almost none.
Got a few ones. Oh yeah, got
A few ones.
The best part
Buddy, it was all ones. It was all ones.
was the beginning of the stream when everybody was posting Among Us dick.
It's easy to say 90%.
Why do you think you should have the mic?
Yeah, they're doing something. They are up to something.
No, but seriously, no, I just wanna.
You know what, Salvo?
And it even sounds like people in the crowd are telling him, give him the mic. Let him roast you. That's why he's here.
Should have done. Walked.
Really?
He said, ladies and gentlemen, he's not serious. I'll be across the street. Let's go hang out and fucking get donuts.
And you know what? Tommy did have a point here. I feel like part of me, like if I was Salvo at this point, because I mean, okay, think about, I want to put my head in Salvo's head, mind in Salvo's head right now, myself in his shoes. Okay, if I were in his position, I gotta ask myself, would I have walked away and said, okay, everyone, fuck this guy, let's go? How many people would have stood up and actually left with Salvo? I'm not sure. Because they were being filtered out already. So I guess he was standing there and he's like, what are my chances right now, you know? So yeah, I mean, it was a tough call on Salvo's part for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, like fuck, that's it. Quasi anti-Kaufman.
And then watch everybody in that room
watch
leave.
everybody walked out. That's what I would.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Like it's weird that Salvo's just being quiet here. You know, if they're moving.
Oh, he wasn't. It's coming up.
People out. Why is Jessica Pistol getting removed? You know, and I gotta be honest with you, he does look like the same people from an hour earlier. In fairness. Hold on. Here's what. Fuck.
This is where Tommy notices it.
Never gonna get to the monologue.
No, but seriously,
I gotta go soon because I'm watching Red Bulls versus fucking.
What Def Noodles was doing also too there was fucking stalling. It is at this very moment where I think almost all of Salvo Pancake's fans were already out. Okay, and there was like 4 or 5 left.
Yeah, let's get to that. I got the last link. I sent you the last. I'll send you.
Because from my understanding, and it's coming up, from my understanding, 50 Salvo Pancakes fans bought tickets. 50.
The last link right now.
Okay.
There, go to this.
I just.
They're kicking my people out. My people.
Okay, now he did it.
Right there.
And I can't get the.
Listen to this right here. We're going to replay this a couple fucking times. Okay, I want to put the volume on this shit. That way you hear it nice and clear. Okay, here we go.
They're kicking my people out. My people.
Okay, now he did it.
By the way, and I can't get the fucking mic because Dennis Noodles is YouTube's biggest fucking pussy.
Exactly. See what I was saying before? When Dennis is confronted with the truth, okay, he either shuts people down or shuts people up. Okay, tries to do that. I said it in one of my other videos earlier before this one. And he doesn't like confrontation face to face. Salvo knew what was going on. He saw it, and I think what he wanted to do was wait till he was up there to tell everybody what was actually going on. Listen to this again.
Noodles is YouTube's biggest fucking.
Let's get to that. I got the last link. I sent you the last.
There we go.
I'll send you the last
It's right
link
here.
right now.
Okay.
There, go to this.
I just.
They're kicking my people out. My people are.
Okay, now he did it.
By the way.
Yep.
And I can't get the fucking mic because Dennis Noodles is YouTube's biggest fucking pussy.
See? The crowd is less. The fucking crowd is less. It's right there. There was more people than that before there.
Huh.
What? I thought
See,
you
right there. Clearly.
Look at the same people fucking. I hate to say it. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's less people. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. There's
Yeah,
more. They're
yeah.
moving
See,
people
look.
out slowly.
Yeah.
It's not that big.
Let me show you.
Fucking. I hate to say it. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's less people. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Pay attention to right here. Right along this ridge here. Right at the back. You're going to see, okay?
You're right. There's more. They're moving people
See that? That was with Pancakes fans.
out slowly.
Yeah.
It's not that big. No, you're right. You're 100% correct.
Yep.
That's without.
There it is. That
There it
a
is.
thinner crowd. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm
We're about
around
to
this
hit
guy.
700 watching, by the way. Fuck your soccer, Tommy, okay?
All right.
Let's keep this going.
I'm going to watch soccer after this. I'm going to fuck.
What's
No,
up,
fuck
Matt?
your soccer. We got 700 in here.
What am I going to say? I already said.
Okay, so this is where I'm gonna end this video, but I want to send a humongous fucking shout out to Chris the Narc, Xylee, Abby Blackbird, fucking Matt Pitt, fucking everyone over at Xylee's, Minxie One, Tipster. All y'all are fucking awesome. I fucking love all your content, and you guys inspire me. And I hope that the more I make videos, I guess the better I'm gonna get. Thank you for stopping by to watch my video. I'm Jon-Bon Zombie. I love you all. I'm out of here. Fucking peace.